Gotcha, Brendan. This one actually was not even on our radar this morning, man. This is Peloton, and it's our trade of the day, and it's super exciting. We're going to keep this up just so you can watch the kind of craziness that's happening in Peloton. This is a live level 2. You can see the bid in the ass just pumping through tons of volume here. We're at 61.1 million shares. It's kind of funny because me and my man Tony were about to go get coffee. I had my jacket on and everything. All of a sudden, bing bong, we heard this news on Peloton, and we came running back to our desk, and we actually missed the whole move, okay? But when we sit down, it hadn't halted yet. So right here is when we started to halt, the very first halt at 28.30 or so. You're gonna see an out here. It actually fake halted. So we probably have it on air. You can watch it. Our 2 p.m. show, it was about 12:50 or so. So we got in at 35, whatever it was, 28.35, and then it looked like it was going to bounce back up. So we got short and out, and then once it didn't, we got short again. So here we go, all the way to the downside. Our first piece out there, Peloton comes out, news, of course. Brendan just talked about it. They're not making bikes anymore. They're pausing their whole business, it seems like. So this is going to be nuts. I still can't wrap my head around what's exactly happening with Peloton, but an internal document leak. So let's talk about the trade. Here it is. So that's the in and out right there, but it doesn't matter. We reload the in. Then we get out of 20% on the very first take. That's like 50 cents. We're like, okay, that's not bad. Let's see where we go. And then all of a sudden, bang, it tanks all the way back down to 26.50. So right now we're in about $1, $2 or so of a winner. And so what do? Right before it halts, we get a piece out because we're like, maybe on the next halt, maybe it's going to go back up. Who knows, right? So we don't get short again. That's a mistake. We should have got short again instead of getting out of a piece. Then all of a sudden we're saying, okay, let's put out another piece on open. So we do that. We get out on open. Boom. Then all of a sudden, man, it was like, hallelujah. The seas parted and it just absolutely tanked. And these are all out. So out there, out, out, out. And again, all we really did was pretty simple. We watched it tank all the way back down. So our first out right there, 23.50 or so. It completely tanks. When it comes back up and takes out that 23.50 again, we just put in a marketable order to get out. We're like, you know what? Maybe it is reversing. And it turns out that that's exactly what winds up happening. And it actually halts down here, opens back up, goes long off the halt, boom to the upside, and then right here, we're like, okay, maybe we've already seen a bottom. So this is where we go short, only short during all of this. Then that is a long position. You notice all of these outs here are red. Anything purple is going to be a short except for there, and I'll explain why. But anyways, all the way to the upside, get out of a little bit on open again, as per usual. Then it just starts to climb, and we start getting out 25.50, 26. Remember, this is a 25 halt. And then we were actually sitting up here, and I was saying to Neil, we're sitting at VWAP there and at this 50-period moving average, trying to get out. But it was just bouncing around 27 too much. So instead, I just offered 27. So that comes out as a short sell because I already have a sell there. But that's me closing the trade. That'll change itself up. So there's our last out at 27. So hey, short 28-ish, out, 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 reverse to the long there on the first halt to the upside, and then take it and take our last $1.50. Ooh, it's Peloton. We're going to have to hop on the Peloton after this, if they still make them. But what a good trade of the day, Peloton. Let's just see what it is now, kind of hovering around, but even there, as we did it, 1 million more shares gone off, 62 million shares here on the day. Peloton, a fun one to trade. I hope you enjoyed that.